I am Great Mother, Holy Spirit, Yin, Divine Mother, Cosmic Womb, Deep Space, the Moon, Dark Matter, the Void, the Black Hole, Atar.
How is Mama Drama trauma different from other traumas? Trauma is a soul disassociation caused by an extreme experience of abandonment and/or abuse. The resulting trauma is perceived as an ever-present pain body triggered by external stimuli, such as a memory, a person, or situation. As these activating factors are unavoidable, traumatized individuals self-medicate through addictions to chemical and mind-altering substances in an attempt to silence the stimuli and avoid the pain. MDT is different from other traumatic disorders because it is the mother of all trauma. For more information about Mama Drama Trauma, visit mamadramatrauma.info.
Hello, Aries, Taurus, Moon people. Welcome to your March 2018 new moon reading. It is in the Pisces Aquarius cusp in the tropical astrology. If this is your first time with us, we use the Western and the sidereal astrology. It is what Great Mother calls our ego soul astrology. It is a language that is very useful for us to get in touch with what energies are supportive for us at this time. We want to know that so that we can resonate with them. It's hard to resonate with what we don't focus on. We can on an unconscious level, which is what these readings are about. They are about our emotions and our intuition, which are for most very unconscious energies. But for those that I work with in my work as an inner work life coach, a lot of work there, isn't it? Yes, it is work to become aware, to become conscious, and to maintain that consciousness of our inner world, the Holy Spirit, the still small voice, our intuition. People with Mama Drama Trauma, my area of specialization, tend to be quite empathic, quite intuitive, sensitive people. Either they are that way in a people-pleasing, passive way, or they are that way in a very aggressive way, depending on their experience with Mama Drama Trauma, the condition in which the mother projects unhealed aspects of herself onto her child, causing emotional and or physical trauma. I support people who have mothers who are not ready. They're unable, unwilling, or unavailable to heal their own Mama Drama Trauma. It is a cycle. And so this is a taboo subject, which is why these videos were created for my clients. They need to have ongoing support to live in loving detachment. Loving detachment is accepting what is. It's necessary in order to forgive Mama Drama Trauma. It is a soul lesson, getting us back to the astrological readings. The soul astrology or the sidereal astrology is our soul intuition. It's what we download. So you download your intuition from an Aries celestial collective unconsciousness. Being aware of that means that you know that your moon sign in the sidereal is in Aquarius in the nakshatra of Pura Adrabad. It's ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in the 7th house for you in Aries and in Taurus this year until November. That means you have amplified energy supportive for you in areas of relationships, professional and personal. So in my work, I would focus on your 7th house in dealing with how you can experience more abundance, you can experience more expansion in that area to again focus energies where there is resonance to generate outcomes that you want in those areas, Aries, Taurus, Moon people. The Taurus is being the emotional, the earth-centric astrology. The Western astrology is just focusing on this lifetime. It's focusing on what your avatar is, on what your ego, your biography, emotional state is as the lunar stages change. In the Western, we're talking about for you Pisces Aries energy right now. And so this means that there is a tendency for you to feel a need to trust your higher knowing, your higher psychic abilities more and activate on those more with that Aries energy there. That is in your 12th house. The lunar energy of Aquarius Pisces is in your 11th house. So let's get started with what Great Mother is saying to you in terms of what these game plans you have underway that you're developing on an intuitive and emotional basis for this new moon this month. Certainly not to tell you what to do or how to live your life, but of course to tell you what energies are most supportive for you to know and to feel your divinity. These cards are based on the 49 scenes of the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy is the poster child of Mama Drama Trauma. And so Great Mother wants us to know what energies support the three principles that, if this is your first time again, that we operate on, which is that we are divine children of the Great Mother, Father, God, who are dearly loved, and never judged or condemned or left alone. So, knowing that we too are gods and goddesses, which are in this deck, the 49 scenes, as well as yin-yang energies and the lunar cycles as we see here. Okay. Your recent past, you have come to some awareness about some fears and some apprehensions, Aries, Taurus, Moon people, and you don't really feel good about it. Whatever you are feeling fearful about probably has something to do with groups of friends, maybe cousins, extended family. It could be colleagues. Or maybe you're working on a cause. A lot of people are into environmental and health causes now. Maybe you're with the animal cause or something, and you're getting some frustration with the group that you're working with. You could be an Al-Anon. Something with a close group of friends, of people, a clique, in other words, that you're kind of running with. And they're not giving you what you need. You thought that they would, or they seem to promise that they would, and that's why you're here, getting a reading. This is a root chakra, first quarter moon card, and so there's a kind of an ungrounding going on, and you've made a decision to face this challenge. And so this has been going on maybe even since the last lunar season, since the first quarter moon there, which would be about 3 weeks ago. Now, since that time, you have realized that the source of this fear is because somebody's criticizing you, or you feel that there's some judgment, and all judgment begins with ourselves, but you're kind of okay with it. You get it. It's not like it's making you, oh, I'm shaking with fear. It's just making you back off. It's making you not invest as much as you did before into that situation. Like I said, that's probably why you're here. That's probably why you are looking for other sources of support. Maybe you're doing that by isolating yourself a little bit more than you used to. You know, you're not hanging with them as much because you are wanting to, as we see here with Dorothy, you know, sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow Way Up High. There's a place that I heard of once in a lullaby where she is reconnecting with her birth mother after being ill-advised by the farmhands about what to do with Miss Gulch. So it's that kind of situation, and you know that they mean well. And so you're asking yourself, you know, what am I doing here? You know, and Great Mother's telling you, you know what you're doing there, and you know what inspired you to go there in the first place and why you've maintained that relationship. And it's okay if you want to change direction. As we see Scarecrow here, when Dorothy initiates her Yellow Brick Road journey and she meets him on the pole and asks him which way to go, and he says, any way to get you there, and go anywhere you want. And that's what Great Mother is saying. She's saying that there's no judgment. There's nothing, you just have arrived at this particular point in your journey and you are at a crossroads. That's all. And you certainly can choose whichever way you want to go. You don't have to be that deep, That's what she's saying to you, Aries, Taurus, Moon people. It's not that deep. You can change direction. It's your life. It's your life. Enjoy your life. Okay, so, but sometimes that is a big deal. When we've invested, our resources into something, it is a big deal to change course. And so she says she gets that. So on a soul level from this Taurus energy, and again, you want to check the links below because, your sidereal might also be in Taurus, and you want to check the Aries video to see which one resonates most with you. But for Aries Taurus people, on a soul level from that Aries, you're actually downloading that you do need to stop giving other people so much credence in your life and trust what you know to create the life that you want, to move in the direction that you want from this new moon in Pisces, Aries, in the Western. And so emotionally, you are feeling that need to trust your higher voice and to act on that. And on a soul level, in the Aquarius, that has to do with soul expression. But it does have to do with trusting others and helping others as well. And so that's kind of where the conflict is, that crossroads between the ego and the soul. And this indeed is a crossroads where you are. But on a soul level, the soul is quite certain that it's time to let go of letting others decide for you, as Dorothy was trying to do with this card. She was trying to allow the Scarecrow to choose for her. Don't allow other people to choose for you. And this is the Waxing Gibbous Moon second chakra card. When Dorothy meets the wizard on the side of the road and he gives her a reading and pulls out that picture of her and Aunt Em and says, there's a woman who's missing you, who loves you very much. You don't need that. You don't need someone to, kind of read the tea leaves into your life and tell you, yeah, you are here for this reading. But again, you have already started to isolate yourself and to download what you need. And so you kind of already know this is just a confirmation of that, because this is a Great Mother Speaks reading. Now, what you presently expect is that there are some issues regarding not being heard that you really would like to be heard in, and that's uprooting you. And so you really want that to happen. So whatever the situation is with the clique, the group of friends or whatever, yeah, you know that it may be time to divert path, go into another direction, use your resources in another way. You're kind of meditating about that. But even though this relationship is coming to an end, you do want some acknowledgement of your qualms, of the issues that you had, these judgments, that you feel that have been put upon you. This is Root Chakra Crescent Moon card, Soulmate card, and you want there to be some closure. Again, that 12th house energy, you want there to be some closure with this. It's very important to you at this particular time, and you expect that. This is Dorothy running back to the farm after Miss Gulch chases her and Toto off of her property, and she tries to tell Aunt Em and Uncle Henry, but they are too busy counting chickens for the market. So she's feeling a little neglected, a little ignored. It's a valid thing, that they are, going to the market and they busy and everything, but it's more important to her what's going on, because Toto symbolizes Dorothy's intuition in the Great Mother Speaks Oracle deck. And so that's more important than the market. But at the same time, we have this root chakra that has to do with the physical world, that has to do with security, safety, finances. So we recognize that in this crescent moon period, and the soulmate issue having to do with what soul seeds are you planting. And the soul is wanting to plant seeds of causes that it wants to pursue, and groups and friends that it wants around it, that really emulates this pure Ajrabad energy of versatility, of intelligence, of being a good teacher. Are you able to really fulfill the faith that you have in your abilities to change the world, that you have right now? What you're feeling that you can impact a situation because of your benefic qualities. This nakshatra is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter, again, is in your 7th house. And so these perhaps professional or personal partnerships that you have with these groups of people. You've had some expansion with it, but is it allowing you to express yourself that you want to express yourself and your intelligence and be versatile in the way that you need to? Mercury is going retrograde, and so you're going to have, through this lunar cycle, Aries, Taurus, Moon people, an opportunity to really evaluate this issue of balance in your life as it relates to others, their input, your relationship to them. And so this 12th house energy that this Aries is bringing up is really going to give you a lot of power with this Mercury retrograde to just really revise and kind of research this, because Pure Ajabad is a research energy as well. It's a very intelligent energy, and so you're getting a lot of energy to focus on, to resonate what you need, to pull out what resonates with you, to generate what you need at this time to feel your divinity, to feel the love from Great Mother. The dance that you're doing, though, is accepting how you feel. And so you might be saying, to yourself, it's not right for me to feel condemned by these people. It's not, or that you may be feeling like, hey, these people really do need to take a hike. I'm over them, but I feel guilty about that. Whatever the feeling is that you have about this situation, Aries, Taurus, Moon people, acknowledge it and accept it. This is the gut chakra full moon card when Dorothy receives the ruby red slippers from Glinda the Good Witch, who symbolizes Great Mother. She receives those shoes with the wand at her feet. And so you have received your birthright to be happy, healthy, and whole a long time ago. And it's come to full illumination now. If not in your gut knowing, by this full moon in Pisces, Aries, you will emotionally feel that. Emotion is heart below chakra energy. This is a gut chakra. You have heart below energy with this root card and the crescent moon card. So right as we go into the crescent moon from the full moon, Aries, Taurus, Moon people, you will probably be feeling this kind of ungrounding in your safety and security as it relates to this group. Don't let that unsettle you, because you are second chakra energy, emotionally, heart below, again, recreating yourself in ways that others aren't telling you who you are, but that you are telling yourself who and what you are about. The hidden influence that's most active with you right now is Baba Yaga, the wild woman energy. And so many times when we don't feel that we are living the life that we want to live, or in your case that you're having relationships that are fulfilling you to the degree that you would like them to, not that you're totally miserable or sad, but that because you want to be completely fulfilled, it's just not living up to the deal, that you want. That's okay. That's okay. What you really are probably doing is compensating yourself for feeling put out in some way. This compensation that you're doing is coming in the form of perhaps being late for meetings, not showing up, doing something else, making others realize how valuable you are to the group, maybe a little passive aggressiveness perhaps. Wild woman energy is an energy of angst that if it's not expressed, it will come out in the most inappropriate ways at the most inappropriate times. It's also an energy, as indicated by this card, Aries, Taurus, Moon people, of when Dorothy and the Three enter the dark forest. So again, this could indicate the dark night of the soul for you in terms of that 12th house energy of Aries in the Western really being kind of that isolation, alienation, which is necessary after we have completed that astrological wheel. Okay, and in some areas of your life, again, you may have completed an astrological wheel, and you are reflecting and integrating the lessons that you've learned. Indicated by this new moon, by the way, because new moon is that stillness, that observation, kind of seeing what energies are coming through as we're doing in this reading to support you moving forward. And so fifth chakra means that energies that are supporting you moving forward is to express your truth. Go ahead and express your truth. You don't have to be passive aggressive about it. This energy is giving you the intelligence, versatility, and energy to clearly express the qualities that you feel right now. It's just a matter of accepting your feelings. That emotional energy that you're feeling about embracing your divinity and your divine right to be happy, healthy, and whole. And just saying, right now I'm not really feeling this is a healthy relationship, or I'm not really feeling whole. There's some things going on in my life that have shifted my priorities, for example. Remember, they were confronted by the sign that says, I would turn back if I were you. I wouldn't go any further. And so there might be some feelings of that, but what did they do? They walked right on past it. I don't even think they even saw the sign. Because they knew they had to go and get that broom. And yes, the dark forest was a trip. As a matter of fact, the scene was edited out of the movie where they had a whole dance routine dancing with the dark forces in the forest, and they were very scared. But that is an energy of Great Mother that people tend to focus on a lot. And just to say a word about the witchery, and it's present in this movie, the good witch Glinda and the bad witches, and then Miss Gold trying to take total and that sort of thing. That is a demonstration of these archetypal energies. Okay, and so we are all variant energies of Great Mother, Father, God, as gods and goddesses. We're all children, and we all are unique expressions. And so to focus on one or another is just an opportunity for us to learn the axis. And so the axis has to do with power. Why did they go into the dark forest? To get the broom. Why did they want to get the broom? I was told them they had to give them the broom if they wanted to have their wishes fulfilled. Why? The broom symbolizes power. It's a phallic symbol. It is what the witch, the wicked witch, rides on. So if we're wicked, we have to have something physical. We have to have something earth. And see, we have witches that focus on earth. You get your power from the earth, okay? And you use it against people, okay? And so they had to go through that darkness, that dark way of thinking, and transcend it to get their power back from the dark forces that were taking their mind, that was taking their heart, that was taking their courage away, to embrace their divinity, those ruby red slippers of health, happiness, and wholeness. And so the other part of that axis is that Glinda the Good Witch that uses power with her wand made of stars, which is the energy that we are all made of except for helium and hydrogen, which crystallize us into physical form. Those are native elements to the earth planet. We're all made of the star stuff. That's why Great Mother speaks through astrology. It's the easiest language to communicate the energies that are available to support us on our particular soul journey. That natal birth chart is a snapshot of your spirit. It's the study of your spirit this lifetime and unfoldment and evolution. That good energy is deemed so because that power is given to other people to live our birthright. So it's important that we understand that our axes and not focus on what is not giving us what we want. We have free will. You can focus on whatever you want to focus on. You can get your power and do whatever you want to do. You're a divine child, just like all these gods and goddesses have different characteristics that some would call bad, some would call good, some would call whatever. But we are never judged, regardless of who we are. We are never judged or condemned. We're divine. It's just a lifetime. It's just a lifetime. You know, this is not the beginning and this is not the end, which is what your center card is saying, Aries, Taurus, Moon people, that this lunar cycle represents for you a rebirth within your lifetime. So there's a rebirthing going on as it relates to your clique or people that you spend a lot of time with. This rebirth has to do with you living in real time. As we see here, divine expression. Dorothy is sharing her yellow brick road journey with everyone back on the farm again. But if we remember, Professor Marvel was Oz. Hickory was Scarecrow. Huck was the lion. And Zeke was the Tin Man. So, again, it's not about judging yourself and the people in your group. It's about realizing the journey has come to its end and it's time for you to move on. Now, what needs to be let go is apprehension about that, because you have the Great Father Law card of Mother Mary, which is the law of Divine Mother, which is following what your intuition is telling you. What you know, which is the double yang energy in third quarter moon. Third quarter moon, let go. Let it go. Release it. Forgive it. Double yang, so you can do what you need to do now. That will balance out this 12th house energy of kind of sitting back, perhaps a little bit too much. And too much means that you're not able to shine in the light of Great Father Sun based on how you feel now. Living in real time is about acting in real time. So whether there is actual physical action or not, which is indicated by this full moon card, by the full moon, you'll be acting towards this. This law card in the position of what needs to be let go of, you really have a third quarter moon card, which is about let go and release. So, yeah, there needs to be some action with what you know. And that's Divine Mother energy. That's intuitive energy. And what you know is that you're not enjoying yourself. And you have a right to happiness, health, and wholeness. This new moon, Aries, Taurus, Moon people. And the energies support you. Second chakra, new moon. Second chakra, what you desire. What you're really passionate about. You were probably once passionate about that clique and that group, but not so much. This is the scene when Dorothy leaves the farm and crosses the bridge into Professor Marvel's camp. So that's what you're doing, Aries, Taurus, Moon people. You're crossing the bridge. What do they call it? Water under the bridge. That's what Great Mother's advice is to you. She knows that you have the ability to allow your inner wisdom to shine in a way that you can actually move beyond whatever fears you may have this new moon and just pursue your bliss. The question that Great Mother asks in this card is, are you running away, crossing the bridge out of fear, or are you following your bliss? That's the question Dorothy was asked. And on an intuitive inner level, when she reacted with guilt, when Professor Marvel showed her this picture and tried to run back over the bridge, she was diverted into the twisted dream and into Oz. Don't be diverted, Aries, Taurus, Moon people. You already know. You already know. Heart chakra above energy is intuitive energy. You already know you have the intelligence, you have the wherewithal, you have the faith in your abilities to enjoy your life, to follow your bliss. And as a result of doing so, you will effectively process this experience and recognize it for what it is, regardless of whether or not other people agree. They don't have to agree, remember? Aunt Em and Uncle Henry, they were on their own journey. You know, you watch these videos and every sign has a different message from Great Mother. We're all on our own unique journeys. You get a personal reading, it's even more truncated to a specific pattern of information and resonance available for you. And that's where they were. They were on their pattern and their particular second house energy of getting that money and foundation for the responsibilities that they had. And she was dealing with her responsibility of owning her intuition because her birth mother was gone. And that's why people with mama drama trauma tend to have strong intuition. When we have troubled birth mother experiences, that intuition is diverted to us. And so that diversion keeps us on our path. And when we are able to process everything that we've learned by staying on that path, we can accept, love, and forgive every mother, our own mother, people who are surrogate mothers, the older ladies that we have problems dealing with because of that root issue with our own mother. They are just doing the best they can, just like we are. And Aunt Em didn't mean no harm telling Dorothy, you just hit your head, you didn't go nowhere. She was taking care of that girl, because from what she saw, she didn't see all that. She saw a girl knocked out from a twister. Woman was probably worried to death until she woke up, you know. So that's every mother. Every mother does the best that they can with where they are and their soul evolution. And so you will be able to process all that once you reallocate your energy toward following your bliss, following your true passions and your desires, which the energies support you to do with this Aquarius, Pisces, Aries new moon. This is balsamic moon card. And so you're probably still resting a little bit on that, and you will continue to do so probably for this entire lunar cycle until the balsamic moon. And we know that because you have another balsamic moon card. If you notice, these cards are words, and they are the head suits spelling aspire, the acronym. This is the E for emancipation. Embody the freedom that you have and that you know that you are, Aries, Taurus, Moon people. You're free. You're not imprisoned. The isolation that you are feeling on an emotional level has to do with the fact that you are responding to your soul's unction to reevaluate your social situation. That's all. You're not actually isolated and alienated, even if others are not responding to you the way that you expect. That's again, remember that people have we have different lenses on. And in personal reading, we get into your rising sign too, and your nodes as well, because the rising sign, especially in the sidereal, is how we see life. In the Western, the rising is how others see us. And so we look at that too. But what Great Mother is saying is that as you embody your freedom to be happy, healthy, and whole, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Again, it's not that deep. Okay, we just make it that way because it feels that way. That's why she wants you to accept your feelings, and you're getting that antenna is being activated because intuitively your soul is saying it's time to move on. Take a breath. But there's no place like what? Home. And home is our soul. Home is our soul group. Home is our intuition, which Dorothy is holding the tightest, that last scene of the film, Toto. For your final scene this month, Great Mother is saying that possibly as a result of all this, you're going to undergo a complete purification. You're going to go from one state of being to another. And we know that it will be complete by working with these resonant energies because rebirth is in the center of your reading. Okay, and so this is emphasized here for you. This rebirth through this feeling of isolation is actually going to be a purification of your emotions so that you get some clarification about your emotional state moving forward, of self-acceptance, of self-love, of trusting your inner wisdom. This new moon is going to evolve into a waxing phase, heart chakra, ego soul alignment, where you're going to, just like when Dorothy and the three, when they reached Oz's castle finally and they were rushed into the wash and brush up room and they emerged cleansed. Dorothy entered as a little girl with pigtails and left as a young woman with long ringlets. That's you. That is what this lunar cycle is offering you. That is what these energies are offering you. That is what you can generate in your life now. The long-term benefit of you doing so is going to allow you to leave a bad situation. I mean, it's really not a good situation what you're in right now. You probably have not acknowledged that because I see the accept feelings card. You probably haven't accepted your feelings about that, but it's not really allowing you to shine. So you have Jupiter in your 7th house. And so your professional relationships, as well as your personal relationship, you should be really benefiting from it right now. And so that's why Great Mother's coming through you now before the equinox second quarter reading. Subscribe, because those second quarter, April to June readings are going to be coming out. The first quarter, January through March, they came out with the Cancer full moon. These are going to come out with the Libra full moon. They always come out with the cardinal full moon sign. And this move to build up to that is saying that by working with these energies to generate this emancipation and rebirth in the center of your reading here, Aries, Taurus, Moon people, the energy of Pachamama, the Earth Mother, variant energy of Gaia, of Great Mother energy, the trees, the fairies, the sea, connecting with that to amplify these energies is really going to make you have the courage, make you have the energy, and imbue you with the power to leave a bad situation. This is root chakra, waning gibbous. And so regrounding yourself based on the gratitude for this message. This is when Dorothy leaves the farm. And it's just her and Toto on that dirt road. This is before they even get to the bridge. And so she knows that she has to go to protect her what? Intuition. So by working with these energies, you're going to protect your intuition and thereby be reborn in your divine expression. Aries, Taurus, Moon people. Your final outcome is an opening to a new world, to a new life, to a new season, be it fall equinox of harvest or spring equinox of planting season. You will be open. Your heart chakra will be open. That breaking of your heart in order to allow yourself to release the pent-up energies that don't allow you at this time perhaps to fully see how your self-expression is what your soul really wants to have in a supportive group environment. You will be able to face whatever challenges to that you have right now. And they aren't huge. I don't see that they're really, really huge. I see that for you, it's just really been kind of an issue of awareness and confirmation of this, and just kind of saying, okay, well, I just need to go on another path. I was kind of thinking that, but that's all. And Sheila Nagig, this has to do with that old crone with her legs spread wide and vulva open above the ancient cathedrals of Breton. They couldn't remove that image on those old ancient buildings. And so, they're still there, even though they converted them to Catholic churches. They're still there, of that old crone of Sheila Nagig, because she's open. She's the portal of death and life. She's the opening. She's the heart chakra opening and breaking. It doesn't matter. It's the eternal life of the soul. And the soul is so thankful for this heart chakra, this alignment that you are offering, even though it may be a little scary. That's the scene when Dorothy and the three are told by Oz to bring back the broom, and the lion promptly jumps out of the castle window. He doesn't say he's not going to go, but it's a little scary. And so for some of you, yeah, it's a little scary. You know, it's a little scary to let go of that group. It may be a group that you've known since high school or since preschool, or, you know, a group of cousins or something like that. And that doesn't mean you have to completely cut them off. I don't see anything about that. I just see that there needs to be a shift in how you are investing your resources toward that group, so that you can focus on your own unique expression and on professional and personal relationships that are going to support your unique soul expression, because it's a beautiful one, and it's one above all and most of all that Great Mother wants you to experience the pleasure principle in your life this spring 2018. Thank you, beautiful Aries, Taurus moon people, for watching, listening, sharing, liking. But above all and most of all, remember, Great Mother loves you, and I do too.